Good morning everyone. In this practical session we will understand the working of the PLC. So this is PLC, Programmable Logic Controller. So with the help of PLC we can control various automation processes by using the computer software. So basically PLC module, it has input module. So these are the input ports, then these are the output ports, okay, and it has the memory unit. So basically PLC, it is made up of the microprocessors. So these microprocessors we can program by using the computer software. So it has one ladder programming software. So we can program this PLC unit as per the output required, okay. So this input element, we can give the input by using these toggle switches, or we can give the supply by using these connectors, okay. So you can observe here, once I connect this, you will get the input signal on, okay. So here light is on, that means input signal is on. If I remove this, so it will be off. Similarly, by using these toggle switches, we can give the required input. So this is the input on and this is the off, okay. So we can program this controller as per the output requirement, okay. So we can program by using the ladder programming and we can give the desired output. So you can observe here, if I press this 0 pin in the input, then immediately we will get the output at the 0 pin, okay. So the output depends upon the logic that we have implemented in the PLC programming, okay. So this is the PLC hardware. Now we will see the software. So the software to program the PLC unit, it is the RS Logix 500, okay. So this is the user interface for the software. So by using this software we can program and we can then download that program on the PLC unit. So start the program. In the file, we will select the new file. Then we have to select the processor. So here in the processor we will select this Micrologix 1200 series C, okay. So now you can see the programming screen, okay. So we will program this by using the ladder programming. So this is the graphical method of the programming. So here this horizontal line, this is called as a rung, okay. So here we will take, so this is the new input rung. So right now one rung is active. So now we will select the input element. So this is the symbol for the input element, okay. So this is normally open. So we will receive the input. This is input I, and now we will receive the input at the 0 pin. So this is 0 0. So right now it is normally open. So when we close the 0 pin, then it will normally close and it will supply the current. So this symbol is the output. Okay, so now when pin number 1 is active, then we will immediately get the output at pin number 0, okay. Sorry, when pin number 0 is active, we will immediately get the output at pin number 0. Then in the second run, if the input pin, so this is 0/1, that means 1 number pin, if it is active, then we will give the output at 1 number pin, okay. So this is simple ladder logic. That means if pin 0 is active, we will get the output at 0, and if pin 1 is active, we will get the output at 1, okay. So next procedure is we have to download this program. So first we will check whether the program is correct. So in the edit, we will select verify the project. So it is verified, there is no error. So program is correct. Next step is we have to save this. So you can save, you can select the directory. So now you can give the name of project. And then you can give the name of the processor. Then save this. And now you have to download this. So you can see here option. Right now it is offline. So only in the offline mode we can program. So select here down arrow and then download. That means we have to download that program on the PLC hardware. Okay. So select OK. Are you sure you want to download? Yes. Then we have to change the setting to the run mode. So press yes and go online. So here you can, in the input output configuration, we have to add this analog 2 channel input, 2 channel output. Okay, so now you can observe the program is running and it is successfully downloaded on the hardware. So here you can observe right now if I give the input at the pin number 0, immediately we should get the output at this 0 pin. Okay, so you can observe. So here pin 0 is active, then we have program in the software, we should get the output at this 0 pin. Okay. So this 0 it is connected here, it is indicated by this green line. Okay, and at this output port 0 0 we will get the 230 volt output supply. So here 0 0, 0 1, 0 2 and 0 3, these are outputs having the 230 volt supply. So we can use this for the actuations. Okay, so right now this output is connected to the 5x2 solenoid wall. So when pin number 1 is active, we will get the output at pin number 0. Okay, and this output it is given to the solenoid wall. So we can activate the 5x2 or 3x2 solenoid wall by this output. Similarly, if I give the input at pin number 1, so this is the pin number 1, it will receive the input. Okay, this PLC processor will give the output at pin number 1. So pin number 1 is connected here, it is indicated by the red line. Okay, so right now both the inputs are active, 0 and 1, and we get the output at 0 and 1. In the programming we can change, if 0 and 1 are active, we can get the output at any other output pin, that is 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it depends upon the programming. Okay, so similarly we have the other outputs. So here from pin number 4 to pin number 8 we have the DC outputs. So here we will get the 24 volt DC. Okay, so we can connect connectors and we can get the output of 24 volt DC. Okay, so this is the use of PLC. So by taking input we can give the required output, and this output it is used to control the processes or the other actuating devices. Okay, so now with the help of PLC software and PLC hardware, we will control the double acting cylinder and the single acting cylinder. So this double acting cylinder, it is connected to the 5x2 solenoid wall. So this is the 5x2 sequence solenoid wall. Okay, So it has one solenoid coil, that is the Y1. This double single acting cylinder is controlled with the help of 3x2 solenoid valve. So it has one coil, that is the Y2. Okay. So activation of this Y1 and Y2, it is controlled with the help of the PLC hardware. Okay. So we want the position A plus, that is the, once we give the supply to Y1, immediately we should get the A plus stroke. So initially cylinder 1 is at the A minus stroke. So if I supply the current to Y1, we will get A plus stroke. After A plus stroke, we should get the B plus stroke. Okay. So here single acting cylinder will move to the forward stroke. So we will get the B plus stroke. After B plus stroke, we should get the A minus stroke. And after A minus, we should get the B minus stroke. Okay. So to control this circuit, we will use the proximity sensors. So you can observe at A plus stroke, we have the proximity, which is represented by A1. Okay. So once piston moves to the A plus stroke, this proximity switch or proximity sensor will give the supply. Okay. So once we get the supply, then immediately we will get the B plus stroke. So at B plus stroke, we have another sensor. So this will sense the position and it will give the supply to the PLC module. Okay. So at this position, B1 will be activated and then we will get the B minus stroke. Okay. So this sequence we will get A plus, B plus, A minus, B minus. So now we will see what is the program. So observe here, this is the input switch. So it is represented as I0. Okay. So at this switch, if this is closed, then it will give the supply to the output. Okay. So 5x2 solenoid valve, it is connected at the 0 output or 0 pin. Okay. So once this is closed, then we will get immediately A plus stroke. So output O will be activated. Then after that, this is the input. So once we receive the proximity signal at the 4 number pin, then it will give the output to the 0 1. So at 0 1 we have connected the 3x2 solenoid valve. So 3x2 solenoid valve will be activated. Okay. Once A plus stroke, so we will get the B plus stroke. Okay. After that, once the B plus stroke, at this position, we will receive the signal from the proximity switch, which is connected to the single acting cylinder. So it will sense the position B plus, and at pin number 5, it will give the output signal. Okay. So this pin number 5 is nothing but the input to the PLC module. So once it is closed, then we will get the output, which is the unlatched position. So this unlatched position, which is represented as a U, is nothing but the deactivation of the 5x2 solenoid valve. So we will get the A minus position. Okay. So here we will get the A plus position. Then this is the B plus position. Okay. Then we will get the A minus and B minus position. So now we will see the working. So now here, this is the double acting cylinder. So initially it is at the A minus position. Okay. So once we give the supply to 5x2 valve, then it will supply the air to the double acting cylinder. It will move to the A plus stroke. So at A plus stroke, this proximity sensor, it will give the output to the PLC module. Okay. So it will sense this position, and then depending on this output given, PLC will send the signal to the 3x2 valve, which is used to control the single acting cylinder. So this single acting cylinder, it will move to the A plus stroke, B plus stroke. Okay. At the B plus stroke, this proximity sensor, it will give the output, okay, to the PLC module, and depending on this output, PLC module will send the supply to deactivate the 5x2 valve. Okay. So because of the deactivation of the 5x2 valve, this cylinder 1, it will move to the A minus position. Okay. So we will get the sequence A plus, then B plus. Okay. After that, we will get the A minus, and then we will get the B minus. Okay. So you can see this.